Alrighty, welcome back to another exciting tutorial. This time we will be doing Sky Battalion. So, like I said in my previous video, if you didn't catch it or you started on Sky Battalion because whatever reason, it's a much more linear level. There's not really complicated, it's pretty straightforward. So let's just get right into it and do some damage here, why don't we? So, thing about Sky Battalion is it's basically 3 mini stages onto one stage, and each stage is supposed to have, you know, a theme to it. So actually the first thing I should have been doing when I loaded this in, and I'm probably gonna do the trainer for this by the way, but if you do use the trainer for this level, make sure you're constantly using set at the beginning of the current frame to get accurate practice on the stage, because there's a lot of specific cinematic stuff or whatever that does occur that's actually important. So the first thing I should have been doing is actually holding the jump button, because it doesn't actually technically matter what the order to do the ships, but it is easier. It's just straightforward just to go from left to right. I mean, you could start at the Earth ship and work your way back, Earth, Fire, Metal, or you could do Metal, Fire, Earth, or Fire, whatever. The honest truth is, Metal, Fire, Earth, aka left or right, is this turns out to be the most efficient way. So you should be actually, before this even screen again loads, you should be holding the jump button, so you could have just automatically jumped up, so we can go right into the metal ship. Now, I'm actually going to reload. Why? Because if you do this correctly, you should not have the appropriate energy for this part. That's what's important. Because you actually need to fall on this second platform, so we're moving right. This is where you want to boost from, so, but you don't actually have enough energy, so you're going to kind of like edge the quarter of it. You don't want what just happens. You kind of want to avoid falling off like that, because that's a good way to die. But you want to kind of be edging it. With the way that platform moves, sometimes you can just be like, it forces you on and off, and that's usually a good thing. You kind of want that, so it just kind of keeps you on. So we're going to keep going, and there's going to be one enemy here. We're just going to die kick right after him. And then this next enemy, we're going to actually do a die kick and a cyclone. It's going to be weird, but trust me. Oh, darn it. What's darnation? Well, if you do it right, it actually carries your momentum very quickly. Whoa, I messed that up. Now, this is actually a pretty straightforward level, so it's not too difficult. There it is. So, the reason why, well, we do notice when you do a cyclone up, you should be losing momentum, but because you carry that momentum through die kicking, and then you cyclone up, your momentum is not completely lost instantaneously, it's lost over time. But because your feet touch this platform pretty quickly, you can actually retain a lot of that momentum. So we're just going to keep walking right, and we're going to hop over this guy right here. And the cyclone there, and we're going to fall down. So we're just going to fall here. Cyclone, and then once you land on this platform, just boost forward. Okay, now, depending on how much you manage to screw up the additional part here, these are actually our global cycles. No, not global cycle, my bad. I don't think these are stage cycles for this specific mini ship. If you did it correctly, the energy beam that's about to hit me wouldn't be there. It would be a little bit more to the right, and you wouldn't get hit by it at all. So it is very precise. Getting that first initial movement correct and fast is very important. Now we're going to get hit here, but there is a slope here. We are going to jump off that slope. It's a good safety to do, because if you get hit by this, you lose all of your momentum in the process. Oh, okay, it looks like we got past it. Okay, that's why I always say jump off it, because sometimes you get hit by it, but as long as you jump, you're always fine. Now here, I believe we are going to hopefully get past this, but I think one of these will hit us, so we just fall right down. Only one. If you get hit twice there, it means you made a pretty big mistake. You should probably go again. We're going to keep going right. These springs will actually carry us to the next platform. There we go. This guy's going to hop up. Once he lands and we're past him, we're going to do a boost. Oh, if I had energy, we would do a boost. Okay. Now we're going to keep going. Now, this is the tricky part, that what we're going to do here is we're actually going to, halfway through this turn, we're actually going to jump off. And we're going to quickly change our direction. The reason being is there's going to be a curve that we're going to hit. I probably should show you the curve. I'm going to go through with it. We're not going to do this, but we are going to see this curve right here. Right here, this curve. we actually want to get on the other platform by jumping off of this one. We want to actually be like this, and then coming around like this, and then cycloning off this. Because remember, when you cyclone off a slope, you get height. Well, the inverse is true if you're upside down. It does the same thing, but you're just doing it upside down. So we can use this to cyclone off of that. Kill this guy here because he's annoying. Oh no! Uh-oh, I think I got caught. I didn't mean to. Quick, Lilac spurting out. Oh wow. Did I really skip that up? Okay, okay. Alright, so basically that's what we want to do, because that particular thing will actually just do what we want. So I'm going to do the boost here. I'm going to jump off of this, and then you cycle off like that. That was really quick, but that's what you're going to do. If you do it correctly, it works like that. Even if you go lose a little bit of momentum, perfectly fine, you will make it. If you don't make it, just get caught by the catcher thing. Just be careful, there's that laser down there. As long as you get caught by that, it'll just get you through here. The reason why we're even doing this is because we want to get past that catcher. That catcher drains all of your momentum and slows you down. So we want to avoid that, so we can do that, maintain all of our speed, hit that spring, come back down, and hit these springs by die kicking. Because remember, die kicking maximum speed, and hitting a spring maximum speed the opposite direction. So as soon as we hit it, we go right, and then we're moving along. So here, we're going to end up here. We're just going to jump, boost against the wall. Okay, notice I did a die kick right above Lilac's head. There's like grates in the back. If you die kick roughly around there, and then, where's it? Right here, but there's a grates near the end, you die kick again, you should be able to clear this. If I timed it well. Try that again. You want to do dive kick here, dive kick it there. There you go. See? Perfect clearance. You go back up. Alright, so now what we're going to do here is, we technically, once she goes up, you kind of want to you want to kind of get out of that cyclone. You can't really do it. The only best way, and the only way you can get out of that cyclone and stop going up is the die kick. The reason why you want to land here is because, well, there's two things we can do here. I'll show you the good way and the bad way. So the good way is, we want to land here so we can walk like this, cyclone off of that, if I decide to cyclone. Try that again. We want to cyclone off of that, because we can do this, cancel it as soon as we get to the ceiling, and whoops. If I did that right, we would boost past all of that, if I did it correctly. I think that's actually the first time I really screwed that up. Wow. There we go. There we go. That's what we were supposed to do, and then you kind of cut through everything. That's ideally what we wanted to do, but that can be tricky sometimes. The alternative, which you can do here, is you can just dive kick right here. And see this pipe right here? As long as you walk past this pipe, like right here, and then hit restart, what's going to happen is it actually spawns you up here. And by spawning up here, you actually can save RTA and IGT by doing this, but at the cost of a life. Now, some routing in this game requires a lot more lives than others, so I don't always recommend this, but it's a very good backup if you made a mistake with the original one. But if you were doing this, you would just hop up to this corner and boost. It's as if you did it the other way, just a little bit slower. Sometimes. This mini boss is trivial. If you remember how to do high uppercuts, just give him one hypercut and high uppercut, and then boost right. Uppercut, boost right. And he's dead. Just walk right up, knock these out, and you get to the gun. Now, what you're supposed to do casually is you're supposed to blow up all the guns, and Tor comes by, it's like, hey, jump on. We're going to completely ignore that, and we're just going to knock this stupid can, which is in our way, just by doing a hit and then boost right. Hit, boost right, and then we're just going to fall off the stage. Because what triggers you to go back to the mothership is just falling to the far enough right. That's it. It doesn't matter if Torque's there or not, or whatnot. And then that'll lead us to the fire ship. So you notice how the game just kind of throws us really fast? This is why going left to right is also the preferred method, because it's just fast. It always throws you right to the next stage. You don't have to... So on the fire ship, what we're going to do here is similar to what we did, except we should have full energy. So what's going to happen is you can kind of boost by the second platform, and this will lead us to the top of the ship. Just fall. Really, just follow through. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to get here. And right here, we're going to do a die kick and then glide across. It's a down-up glide. And remember, down-up glide will maintain the momentum because going down maintains your momentum and going up will try to keep you up. But if you do it like down-up, it will actually maintain the momentum and try to keep Lilac afloat. So you just saw that happen. And there we go. She makes it across. Once we get here, we're going to hit this and then jump up. Boom. I didn't say hit like that, but you can go boost across, hit the spring. And now, if you do this correctly, none of these flamethrowers should hit you. Well, because I made that slight error, I will get hit there, unfortunately. Now, this button here, you only have to hit it for like about a second. So, 1, you're done. Because it's not, you don't really need... Lilac's head, and the way she clips this is... It could be... Actually, this could probably be a little bit lower, and she can still go through. So, a quick just 1 count in your head is usually sufficient enough. And once you get here, just die kick. And then once you're near the bottom, just immediately do a cyclone die kick. Reason why is actually it's going to push Lilac a little bit. When she dive kicks, when you do this, it's actually going to push you a little bit more right. So this way, you're not going to land with basically on bombs. See what just happened? She just kind of because the time it takes to actually start decreasing and going down after doing a die kick, there's like a moment where she's like kind of free falling. And that's when it allows us to kind of cut through here. And we end up here, high uppercut again, boost, come down. You notice how like I'm just kind of free flowing this because it's really that easy. It's just memorizing when to boost, memorizing when to do a high uppercut. It's pretty straightforward and just follow the path. Like I said, it's very linear, very straightforward. Now we're just gonna follow these springs. 2, we're gonna boost. Oops, I did that boost a little too early. We're gonna hop up on the edge of that because remember, gives us height, freedom physics. We're going to fall down. And there we go. Boost. Right across. Once you get near the ceiling of that, just clear it with a boost. Very simple. Now, you will hit this platform. You're going to want to dive kick here. Right there. That's where it is. Just to quickly fall a little bit faster. Once you get here, we can do a cyclone. Alright. So, I know I haven't said anything about health management here, but health management is a thing here. Make sure you're keeping an eye on how much health you have at this particular point. Because if you remember, health pickups will restore energy if you're at max health. You will never have max energy here, but you will have max health. So as long as you have max health, you can pick all these up and immediately be able to boost, which is what we want to do almost immediately. So now we're going to approach what used to be very difficult for me is it's a very good place to practice the down-up cycloning, where we want to cyclone and then down-up real fast. Because there's going to be 2 air pits that are shooting air up. And that's actually going to keep us aloft long enough to basically clear this chasm. So, watch. There it is. You'll clear that in 1 move, the whole chasm, if you do that correctly. It's a down-up motion. You saw it as quickly on the input mapper, how quickly that happens. This is a great place, by the way, to also practice it if you struggle with it. Because it's the only way you can cross this, basically, properly. Now, we will be approaching Spade here. Once his helicopter goes up, just count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then uppercut. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, uppercut. You're guaranteed to hit him without any delay. Now, manipulating Spade is weird. He always wants to dash in the opposite direction you're facing. Let's just say that. So with that knowledge, we're going to come down and hit him out, and then change your facing. And there you go. See how he just kind of bounced towards that? See, you face left, he boosts left. He'll come back though. So that was a really, really bad Spade fight. We're going to try that again real fast. Okay, heal. So again, he kind of likes to go in the opposite direction of you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, uppercut. So what I'm trying to do there is you can actually hit him enough as soon as he starts doing that punching thing, you actually can finish him off in the air. There is an alternative to this where you will get him to go really far left. Yeah, you get him to boost left. Oh, I didn't do it. You can get him boost right into the edge of the screen here, which is another alternative. I'm trying to do it really hard. It's just he's very weird and how he likes to do things. There we go. That's what I was talking about. You can push him as he does that, so he can't get away from you, but hitting him can sometimes be hard. I'll get one last go just to kind of showcase it again. Then I'll go ahead and fail the full run when I do this. Nice, there we go. Here we go, right. There we go. Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. You can get under him if you do that right method. But as long as you do stuff like that, try to minimize the damage you take. He's not a hard fight, but you can kind of sort of manipulate him. It's just confusing. Once he's defeated, you can just kind of boost right off, and that's really it. And then you're going to be approaching the Earthship. The Earthship is probably the hardest ship. Probably because you have to fall here and then boost. Same thing. Now, make sure you immediately do another boost. Sorry, not boost. Dive kick here. And then you're going to do it again. That dive kick, wait, dive kick in the air, and then you're going to land and you're going to repeat that. Oops, I did that incorrectly. But if you do that right, you should end up right here. And just kind of follow through here. There's something I do want to show here. This thing. There's a lot of philosophy behind the Earthship and this crystal, the metal shield. Because the idea behind this metal shield, the strategy. Now, most runners will not pick up this metal shield. It's actually slower to get it. But the metal shield will guarantee that Dale cannot hurt you, who's the final boss of this stage, and that the Earthship mini-boss will also not be able to hurt you. So, it's kind of like, do you get it or not? I mean, sometimes I suggest to get it because it does make Dale easier. But other times, if you do want a quicker time, you need to avoid this crystal in particular. I'm going to restart it though. I will show you how to do it without, but I just want to point out that that shield can be gone. There we go. I'm going to go down. Just cycling up. Now, once you get to like a certain point, there it is. Normally, when you're doing this, you do want to, it's just something you're going to learn by muscle memory, is that you're just going to do that twice before you get to the top, just to stop Lilac from turning into a rocket and hitting the ceiling, because it is faster just to kind of cut across like that. Then you just kind of fall down here, wait till you're about here, just do this pause buffing does help here, and then boost right across. Now, these crystals I think are on a global cycle, so good luck trying to get a good cycle on it. It's just, even the best players I doubt can get it reliably, so don't worry if you're not getting it. You will hit the spring, come up. Alright, so there's two strategies here. So remember how, like I said, there's two strategies at the end of the metal ship, where once you get past that pipe, you can restart and get you at the top, right? You can actually do the same thing here. Once you get past that enemy and under that ladder, like roughly where I am, you can actually restart to get to the top of the ladder. But it's going to drain your lives. And depending on how you're rooting, you may need the extra lives, you may not need it. It's depending on how your route is. Some people do find that it is faster to just do this, which is not doing the reset. If you do the reset, you just kind of walk right, but here, if you don't, you have to get to the edge over here and boost left, like that, and come down. It's like you're doing the same thing, except you don't get the boost. If you do reset, you just kind of walk. We are approaching one of my favorite tricks of this level. I like to call it the hardest trick in the game. It's really simple though. You're just going to move right. And you see that yellow portion right there? As soon as you start seeing it, we're going to tell Lilac to go left. We're going to try to get her into like a little golf ball size hole. Like that. Go left and then you just kind of go back right. I like to, I don't know why, I kind of meme that as the hardest trick in the game. We're going to cyclone up, come back down. Oops, I messed that up. So what I was trying to do there is we're trying to get Lilac right in the middle there, and then boost. Oops. Did that wrong. Alright. Brain damage. Here we go. The reason why you want to get roughly in the middle there, that should land you right there and makes everything else work, basically. You fall down here. As soon as you get underneath that, there's going to be two lines. You see the end, where Lilac's head is, you see that there's like a ceiling right next to her. There's a line that cuts across. The line under that, there's another line. That's where we want to boost. If I knew how to boost. But basically you want to boost here. And that allows you to cut across that little pipe section and just kind of clear this real fast. If you're lucky, you get a good cycle, you can get past all these giant crystals. But thanks to my luck, that does not happen, unfortunately. You just want to end up right where she is right now, next to this big crystal. You can boost right here. It is faster. And If you don't do that, and you get too far to the right, you actually end up picking those crystals as you boost, so you drain all of your energy instead of having like half energy here. We do need some energy because we're gonna hop through here, and we're gonna bounce off of that and then cyclone. So the reason why we bonk off that cyclone because we need to get to this guy. If you go too high, which I actually did, this guy's not hard, but you need to stay in air as much as possible to make sure that you can hit him over and over, because it takes time to bonk and get back up. So I'm gonna immediately do that. You notice I'm doing something here? I feel like you might feel like I'm breaking the game's rules here, from what you just saw. I am gonna reset real fast though, because I do like to have a save state right for this boss to show you a couple things. But that first thing you should have saw there is, how come Lilac was, I was able to get Lilac to keep cycloning? Because remember, if you remember from like the initial tutorial, like basic tech and stuff, you will have known that I did say that Lilac can only spin once, except when Lilac takes damage. So whenever Lilac takes damage, which is actually a, wow, I completely screwed it up. When Lilac, at any point Lilac takes damage, she can immediately cyclone again. And being able to cyclone again like that is extremely vital to this boss. So you will want to intentionally take hits. Got it, alright. Now, unfortunately, I didn't take the intentional hit there. I kind of missed it, but as long as you bonk off of that and just do what you did before, you can get to the top. But if you do take that intentional hit, you can do the extra cyclone to get out much, much faster. But sometimes it's hard to get the boss to hit you. But once you are up here, you can just hop out, get to that metal ring right there, and just kind of go across, and you'll be fine. Alright, and that brings us to Dale. So if you notice, I'm moving back left onto this particular platform. I will actually be holding up. As long as your Lilac's left foot is on this line, or near it, and Lilac looks up, meaning you're going to do an uppercut, or just to do an uppercut, as you're going to pause buffer until Dale appears. Because as soon as he appears and you do an uppercut, you're guaranteed that you are going to get this first phase perfectly. Because Dale is a problem with this boss. Is if you screw up too much, he will start doing these wind attacks and blowing you around, and you lose massive time. And this boss is already a very, very long boss to fight. So getting this right is crucial. So again, on this first phase, as long as we look up and Lilac's foot is here, when she does an uppercut, you're going to take out half of his orbs. There is going to be orbs on his feathers. You need to knock them all out and then hit Dale himself. So as long as you do that, and then immediately cyclone, and then punch left, you should be able to clear everything. And then if you miss even just one, you can quickly hit it. So watch as we do it. So we're going to wait for Dale to appear. There he is. Uppercut. Down kick. Boom. Forgot about the down cut, but down kick, spin, and you notice how we knocked all the orbs out without him being able to do anything. That is very important. The less time he's idling about and doing stuff, the less time he's hitting us, stun locking us, and giving him that potential to basically screw around with different abilities. So after he gets hit, for phase 2, we want to get to the edge of the ship as quickly as we can.
You will face justice.
Now, this is a little scary, but we're going to stand on the edge like this. He's going to go by 4 times. After the 4th time, stay in here. As soon as he appears, we're going to jump off the ship for a split second and then boost down left back onto it. This will actually guarantee you will hit every single orb and hit Dale. Watch.
That's it.
Just like that. You jump off, just barely, and came back in, just like that. And you'll hit Dale guaranteed. Phase 3, we want to go back to the same position we were on phase 1. Just like that. Left foot right roughly around here. Again, he'll do this every time, four passes. So we're going to be waiting for Dale to appear, but instead of uppercutting, we're just going to do a normal attack. Now, the reason why you did that normal attack is just to hit that one orb. It makes it that much easier. We're then going to move over to the central platform, and we're just going to wait just before he's going to spark. It takes like 2 or so seconds before he does it. And then we're going to do a boost going down left. The boost will actually, because remember, when we do a dragon boost, we're kind of immune. So we can do that to make ourselves immune, and it's going to land us back on that first platform. This sets it up very well to immediately try to take out most of his orbs. So here we go. Oops, that was a little early, so I might get hit, yes. Alright, so anytime you get hit on this boss, Oh wow, this is bad. Okay. Anytime you get hit, get ready to improvise. I'm being serious because it's very hard to immediately get back on track. The last 2 phases, you just do what you did on phase 2. It's a very easy boss at this point. Come back, get ready, do it again. By the way, this trick, you can thank Revo for finding this trick. He's the main guy who came up with this. This is like such a good thing. He also has a bunch of different strategies for this, which I'm not so keen on, but they do work. There you go. One dead Dale. So I don't feel like waiting for that whole animation, but that was Sky Battalion. So it's pretty straightforward. So we're gonna do the full game run, the full run on one shot. But as you can see, there was a lot of simple tricks, simple tech. There's nothing really out of the ordinary. You just gotta remember what to do and where to do it. So here we go. This is gonna be the full run of this now. So hold down jump. I hope you didn't forget that. Go straight to the metal ship, left to right. Alright, we're gonna try edging these platforms. There we go. So how Lilac was doing that edging thing. There we go. Alright, that was a good entry. Boost. Pop up. See, as long as you're not getting it twice, you're good. Boost. Up. There we go. I honestly didn't think I was gonna make that. Jump up here. Boost. Boost there. Drop. There we go. There we go. Got her there. I almost boosted on accident. I hope you guys saw that. Okay. So I made an error there. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the backup here. I didn't mean to do that. Shame on me for missing that. I accidentally tried to boost instead of do what I was supposed to. Now that actually might screw us up on the fire ship. Remember, health is very important. Health management. So I'm gonna pick up these health. Boost right off. Yeah, so you should be doing each ship roughly under a minute. So that was a pretty poor battleship for me. I am slightly off in health, so I will have to keep that in mind as I approach this ship in Dale. Glide across. There we go. This time I didn't hit it. There we go. We got max health. I need to maintain that now. There we go. See, if you do everything just right, the flamethrowers will not hit you. Second, you're slightly off on the other hand, though. Totally different story. Alright, we're in great position now. So now we have full health. This is pretty trivial. Give you full energy. Do the great glide. Beautiful. Alright, we got an old pal here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that was pretty bad, but it works. A little glitch there, because why not? Boost right off the stage. That was a much better fire ship than my battleship there. So finally, we have the Earth ship. This is going to be the most tricky of the lot. Boost right off. Oh, I did not mean to do that. That's for sure. Well, if it works, you do it. That's my motto. There you go. So I got a really good, so there you saw I had a really good crystal cycle. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Ah, that stinks. I screwed that up. But I do get the hardest trick in the game. Yeah, that was a really poor boost on that ladder. So remember, you're supposed to boost at the corner of it, not on it. And that's why you saw it happen, basically happen. A little too high there. Whatever you do is don't pick up that shield. Because remember, you want to get damage boosted. Don't forget. There you go. Cyclone. Not too high, just down kick right down. You want to be following him just ever so slightly. There we go. So that was the quick exit I just did there. If you keep yourself high, like I've said, and get hit, the intentional hit there, that was intentional. Alright, here we go. We're going to do Dale here. Never look up. Perfect. Okay, second phase. We're going to be at the tip of the ship. We're going to wait for him to do 4 passes. Jump up, come back. Come back to where it initially started. We're going to knock off that one orb on the edge. Got it. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. He has a pretty big hitbox, and this is actually the one time where doing a Cyclone is actually not a half bad idea. I actually will explain that right now, why it's not a half bad idea. So the reason why it's not a half bad idea is because each orb can only sustain like 2 ticks of damage, I believe. So the Cyclone here is actually the one instance where it's not actually a bad idea to use because you can hit him gradually over and over until you pop each orb. So that's why you do see me use that Cyclone as an offensive weapon. Even though I always explicitly state don't ever do that, but this is like the one boss where doing that Cyclone is actually a valid strategy. So 348 is not a terrible time, but it's a good time for me. Anything under 4 minutes honestly is a great time for Sky Battalion. Also, you should be looking towards, I would say about 4:15, 4:30 for Sky Battalion. As you can see, as I was doing it, I didn't really talk much. It's such a mundane, straightforward level. So it's not particularly difficult. I mean, we kind of blew right past this level. It's probably the quickest level we tutorialized on. So it's like it's very linear, very straightforward. It's a very good first level to get, if you want to start on Sky Battalion for that matter. It's a very good level to get acquainted with the game because how straightforward it is. But, you know, make sure that you get your high uppercuts down, because you will have 2 mandatory high uppercuts. You can replace the high uppercut in the fire ship with a higher Cyclone if you like. Whether it's faster or not, I don't know. Also, don't forget about that metal ship strategy, Earthship strategy, where you can get the metal shield. Because again, the metal shield makes you invulnerable to Dale's lightning attack and to his electric ball. It will also make you immune to the energy balls on the Earthship boss. So it is a valid alternative strategy, but it's pretty certain that it is definitely a slower strategy, but it does give you an easier Dale fight. But it might screw up your Earthship because you want to get those intentional hits. So that was Sky Battalion. Again, not a hard level. It's a very good level to shore up on some weak spots you have because it has a little bit of everything. However, our next level, Jade Creek, is the monster demon level from deep down under. I hate this level a lot. If you had struggled with Dragon Valley, well, you better suck it up because Jade Creek is a much harder Dragon Valley. You're going to use a lot of it's very heavily technical. The bosses are going to be very and on top of that, now you have actual bosses, unlike Dragon Valley. They're very technical bosses as well, so there's a lot of tricks you have to know how to do. So this is going to be a good test of all the skills you've accrued up to this point, because you're going to need all of them to do Jade Creek. So, but that's for next time. So until then, this is me, and I'm signing out for now. So keep up the good work, guys.